back as the November 18 governorship election in Anambra State draws nearer. Youths have stormed major streets in Awka, the state capital, in an intensified campaign for the re-election of the incumbent governor, Willie Obiano, and to raise their voices against election malpractice.
Youth from communities across Anambra State marching through the streets of Awka with banners carrying various inscriptions. More importantly, they say their march is to drum support for the incumbent governor, Willie Obiano, and his party in the forthcoming elections, and the need to have a credible, free and fair poll. They base their solidarity on the range of achievements of the present administration in security, agriculture and youth empowerment.
Before this time, you can't even do this in Anambra State as far as Awka, the city. You can't even work without being mindful of security. There is security here. We can do this for as long as we want the whole of the day. The whole of today, nobody is going to come shout, go back home, or nobody's going to come spray bullets to make us go back home. So security is key here, and also the people, the masses are also enjoying from the largesse of the governor as far as paying salaries on time. And all that. There is work for people to do. Agriculture is experiencing a major boost here in Anambra State. So all this is put together is the reason why we're asking for continuity.
Also adding his voice on the need for the youth to actively participate in the November 18th election, protect their votes, and eschew violence during and after the election. The president of Pt.3 fan club and special advisor to the governor on political matters, Chika Ekwenugo, claims rigging will not be allowed in the state.
We are not going to vote in criminals, we're not going to vote in mediocres, we're not going to vote in kidnappers, we're here to vote in goodwill, we're here to vote in continuity, we're here to vote in what Anambra has prayed and labored for.
As these youth carry their no violence campaign across the 326 wards and polling units, election monitors are of high expectation that all stakeholders will indeed work together to accomplish a violent-free process in Anambra State.
Let's move up north now. The Kaduna Electric has signed a memorandum of understanding with 3 indigenous companies to supply and install 200,000 prepaid meters to its customers across the 4 states of its operations. The project, estimated at 14.1 billion naira, in part of measures to fill the metering gap and address recent revenue loss in the company. At the signing of the agreement in Kaduna, the company's managing director, Garba Haruno, said the 3 companies will, in the first tranche, supply 100,000 meters within 90 days, while another 100,000 meters will be delivered in the second tranche.
Electricity Regulatory Commission to distribution companies to do away with estimated billings and ensure that all customers are metered. Only a few of them, including the Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company, have complied. And in order to take it a notch higher, the company is signing a memorandum of understanding with 3 others, Messrs. Marks and Adams Investment Limited, Electricity Meter Company of Nigeria, and Holly Meters Limited, as part of initiatives to boost customer confidence. The company's chief executive officer wants the meter manufacturers and vendors to live up to the terms of the agreement by ensuring all meters supplied meet the industry's international standards.
Estimation is not our best interest. Metering is our best interest. And that is why we decided to bring in the local supplies, at least to patronize the local content, and at the same time to deliver these services to our customers efficiently.
The company, however, expects that the metering will address the perennial problem of indebtedness from consumers, especially government agencies.
If we draw a line from the historic debt, going forward, every government installation, we plan to put a prepaid, maximum demand prepaid meters.
and the suppliers are all set to go, with assurances that the consumers will find the prepaid meters efficient and user-friendly.
It's a smart metering, so it's a perfect one. Yeah, very soon the meter will be around for the customers. In the next 3 months, hopefully we are going to start with about 30,000 pieces.
Well, at the moment they are all produced abroad, but Holy is setting up a factory at the moment, and by second quarter of next year, these meters will be assembled locally here.
According to data collected by enumerators, the Kaduna Electric Distribution Company has a potential for 4 million customers in its franchise area, which covers Kaduna, Kebbi, Sokoto, and Zamfara states.
The people of Ashangwa community in Nasarawa state are appealing to government to look into the destruction of their farmlands by herdsmen amidst a lack of basic amenities and infrastructure. On our community report tonight, we take a look at the situation in this community and the cry for help from residents.
Ashangwa community in Alafia East Development Area of Nasarawa State is an agrarian settlement which boasts of crops comprising rice, maize, yams, beans, melon and sesame seeds amongst others. On a daily basis, women, men and children work hard milling rice, sifting maize, processing melon seeds, having crossed a near-collapsed bridge to get home. Absence of basic amenities is a huge burden for the residents.
We want Nasarawa state government to come to our aid by constructing bridge leading to our farm, Ashangwa Akuni Road. Also the boho, electricity, school and upgrading of our clinic to ease our people's hardship.
Apart from this, they grapple with destruction of their farmland by herdsmen, a situation that has discouraged some rice, beans and cassava farmers. Martha Agum, a rice farmer, narrates in her native dialect. She wants the government to intervene.
I planted almost a bag of rice, but I didn't harvest even a grain. It was all destroyed by herdsmen. The government should intervene, as we have held several meetings to no avail.
The community, which has amongst the largest number of farmers and millers of rice, have not felt the impact of government. They call for government for a helping hand to make their venture more viable.
We do not have electricity and water at the rice mills. Some women too do not have enough capital. We want the government to come to our aid so as to better our lot.
The Cattle Breeders Association assure that the issue of destruction of farmland will soon be a thing of the past, as they have set up a committee to tackle the issue.
We are doing our best to see that we curtail the conflict between the farmers and herders by setting up various committees in every local government areas. We set up Fulani Peace Committee to look into the perennial clashes between the farmers and herders.
When the rain subsides, the government has a plan to embark on the second phase of rural infrastructural development to enable the free flow of farm produce to the urban areas.
We are planning to embark on construction of culverts and bridges under the second phase. You recall that between December to April this year, there was construction of culverts and bridges under the first phase, which got almost 800 million naira. And then the state government is again planning the second phase. In fact, the names of the culverts and bridges had already been submitted.
As the people go about their activities, they await the fulfillment of the promises of the government.
Cattle breeders in Nasarawa state are appealing to the federal government to urgently intervene and prevent a brewing crisis following migration of Fulani herdsmen into communities sharing borders with Benue State. The Nasarawa State chapter of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria attributes the situation to the enforcement of the open grazing prohibition law by the Benue State government. According to the chairman of the association, Mohammed Hussaini, Most of the Nasarawa communities sharing borders with Benue are agrarian, and the likelihood of migrating cattle straying into farmlands creates a potential for violent confrontation.
We are sensitizing our own Fulani people to how to live in peace. They should not destroy people's crop. Well, we advise our leaders of the Metiala in most of the neighboring local government areas to advise to go around in various wards and local government to see that the crops for farmers are not destroyed. With this implementation of this grazing law, we also were appealing to the federal government to look into this law so that Benue State should revisit that law. We want peace. We don't want these international cattle routes to be blocked. That is our worry. If they block that international cattle routes, some people are here passing to Enugu. We have Fulani that are coming from the northern part of Nigeria, passing to Enugu, Abakaleke side, Cross River State, Anambra, passing through Benue. If that road, if the cattle routes, the international cattle route is blocked, in fact, we will have problem.
Beyond our shores now, over the years, Nigerians have continued to seek greener pastures abroad, with many taking up seemingly lesser jobs to survive in a society largely regarded as having more efficient infrastructure and systems. In this report, our correspondent Emmanuel Iri takes a look at the lives of some Nigerians who live in New York and their call for better welfare for those back home.
Here in New York, pets are regarded as an important part of the society, like in other parts of the United States. With a population of over 8.4 million people according to the 2013 U.S. Census, New York is by far the largest city in the country and growing at about 2% a year. It also is estimated to have the largest community of Nigerians, many of them finding opportunities to make a good living. They also wish such opportunities are available back home.
Here you work, you get your pay, things are organized. Pretty much that's all about it. I just wish that government can be well structured in order to care for the people, welfare and everything like that, the old ones. And even we have a lot of younger Nigerians that are out there struggling for work.
Located at 2nd Avenue by 44th, opposite the Nigerian Embassy, is what appears to be a thriving food business, where you can find all kinds of Nigerian cuisine.
Life up here is very, very demanding, very, very, very challenging. To be over here doing this, it's not a game. You will really have to know what you're doing to be able to get it going. If not, you will end up closing down.
But besides creating those sumptuous delicacies, some of our kinsmen have concerns about operations at the Nigerian house.
Processing here needs a drastic improvement. We need to overhaul the system. There needs to be signed, there needs to be trained people to guide people on what to do.
Like many developed societies, New York presents an environment that allows hard work and creativity to thrive. It's the type of environment Nigerians have constantly challenged their political leaders to help create, beyond slogans and promises. Emmanuel Iri, Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Manchester City and Chelsea record impressive victories on a thrilling Super Sunday encounters. Please stay with us.